Hello. I guess we need
What's
to be
up?
to talk to everybody. What's up, everybody? How are you doing? Happy. I don't know what day it is.
It's Wednesday.
Oh, it's Wednesday. Aaron's here. It's going to be a great show. How are you doing, Desert?
I'm doing good. It was a good day. XRP's pumping to the moon. Next stop 464. Everything else is pumping. It's a very, very good day. 100K. We're above 100K right now. Oh, no, we just dropped back below. But
that's crazy. It feels like forever since we were above 100K. It feels like when we got there, it was like, man, it's been too long. We're finally here. And then it was like really exciting for a few days. Then it was like, oh, of course we're above 100K. That's just where we should be forever. And then all of a sudden, market correction and everybody starts selling at the bottom.
Yeah, it became very anticlimactic.
Yeah, very quickly. You know? What is up, Third Patriot? Shout out, sir. But yeah, man, it's been a good day. It's been a good day.
Yeah, I mean, we're back.
We're back.
We're above the four. We're above the 200 on the 4 hour, and I said I'd be bullish again once we got back above the 200, and we got above it.
And it was specifically 97K, wasn't it? Wasn't 97K one of the ones we were looking
at? Well, when I started talking about it, it was right at that SR level of 97.8. Since then, it has dipped below it. So I think the 200 is sitting at 97,343. So yeah, just over 97K. Yes, CPI numbers were good. We came at expectation for month over month and 1 point under or 0.1 under for core. And as soon as that came out, boom, market started pumping. It was great.
Blocky's absolutely right. What's up, sir? And yeah, how about the SEC? Darn works, he says. And no better choice of words than that. I have an article on that. And we looked at, I think just before the stream, we were looking at the chart for XRP. And so like that explains to me that retracement, right? I don't know if you already saw that going to happen.
Are you talking about the fact that they said that they won't, they're going to keep going forward even though before Gensler's out or something like that? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, yeah, they're
not going to pause it until he's gone.
Yeah, but they're also trying to like basically go back to court again about the whole issue.
Right? Oh yeah, of course they are. They've been doing that though. It don't matter. Trump comes in, as long as he sticks to his promises, there's going to be a whirlwind at the SEC, you know?
Yeah. So let's go ahead and see what's up with Aaron, see what he's talking about, what his week's been like. Let's see. Aaron, what's up? How are you doing, sir?
How's it going? I didn't see the SEC stuff. I've got the XRP shirt on. So
there we go.
Yeah. I didn't see the SEC stuff. What happened? So
let me go. Let me find exactly what the article was. But I had a whole bunch of stuff today about like the Sony blockchain.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with the Sony blockchain.
Do you? Well, I don't know, that little chuckle there, man. But okay, so the SEC appeals the Ripple ruling and seeks a reversal on the XRP classification of non.
But they already did that though.
Yeah, they're doing it again.
So they're just I think that's where what I was talking about came from then. How they said they're not going to pause what they're doing and waiting for Gensler to be out because he's out Monday. You know? They're just going to keep chugging forward. But it don't matter. Everything. I think everything is going to. If I'm not mistaken, when that came out, when they said that they were going to appeal them, Ripple came out and said, well, we're thinking about actually appealing the ruling of the money that, the money that you say we owe you. So like, you want to do this? We can do this. Ripple don't give AF, man.
They have plenty of money. And
Plenty,
one of the things here is that they filed this late Wednesday, and the appeals focuses on rather Ripple's XRP sales to retail investors qualified as unregistered securities.
They were already found guilty of that.
They already paid for it, in fact, right? So
I don't know if they paid it yet, because it's what, 200 million? I don't know if they actually paid it.
Citing the Howey test, the SEC argues that Ripple's promotional efforts create an expectation of profits among investors, making XRP an investment contract, which we talk about Howey all the time. It was about orange groves before the internet. It should not be the metric at which we decide what is what at this point. It's pretty crazy.
And that's the only part of the case that they won, because Judge Torres deemed the secondary sale of XRP not a security. It was all about their marketing and the initial sale and everything like that, which, I mean, every ICO, IDO, IPO, I mean, they're almost all securities, 99.9% of them. I mean, let's face it. You know.
Yeah. You can't have a pre-sale in the States. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
But
you can't have a pre-sale outside.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, interesting. I don't think it'll be anything. I don't think it'll matter. They won't move fast enough to have this go anywhere before the crypto president gets in office. So
it's a big nothing burger. And that retracement was just that. It was just a retracement. I put it in the trading group that it was everything was overbought. But it still looks strong. I mean, the chart still looks strong. I'm still targeting 464. I mean, if you look at it on the 4 hour, it looks like a parabola, you know, coming out of that freaking flag. So, you know, it doesn't go just straight up and to the right, everybody. You got stuff. It's got to come back down. It's got to cool off.
There was one KOL that predicted $50 for Ripple by the end of the year. Let me see if I can find that.
Oh, that seems reasonable. I think that's reasonable.
Really?
I mean,
no. Of course not.
I was going to say, think about the market cap.
We use coin perspective on here a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we were saying
would be like $1 trillion market cap.
Yes. Yeah, $20, $1 trillion market cap. Yeah, that's what we're saying. But we see that as possible, you know, like
not this cycle, but yeah, I think it's possible.
Oh, it's multiple people think it's going to go to $50. No. So no way. No. That'll have way too big of a market cap. That'll be massive. It'd be over 2 trillion, right? So
yeah, while we're talking, I'll bring up coin perspective and we'll check it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think. Look, I think we talked about this weeks ago, but the potential for XRP is getting there. The community's starting to buy in and do meme stuff. So I think it went up because of memes recently, actually.
Right.
Which I've seen some articles about memes on XRP, and that's kind of like, I guess, where the attention is going. But that's interesting to me how it always pops off like that, right? The blockchain pops off, then memes pop off, and then they build.
Yeah.
It's actually a $2.9 trillion market cap.
It could never go there.
Yeah. I mean, it could. It's not going to happen this cycle.
No.
If it gets I'm still skeptical because of RLUSD. Other people say that, you know, the gas, and I understand it needs to be for a gas token and stuff like that, but gas is so minimal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. But you know, if you listen to Ben, if you listen to BitBoy, Bank of America is going to like single-handedly do the adoption of XRP, you know,
which
like,
they are
confirmed, or is that just him speculating?
No, it is confirmed in a sense. They've already been using it for like their bank-to-bank transfers, and them and Western Union, I believe, have been doing that for like quite some time now. Right? They still charge you $15 to send it from one bank to another, and then they
remember years ago, 3-4 years ago, it came out. XLM got the contract with MoneyGram, and a lot of people seem to think that XLM is just like a testing ground for what XRP is actually going to do. Mm-hmm. So is that kind of when XRP got with Western Union? Because I don't remember that.
Let me see.
Looking it up as well. Oh, look at that. 2023.
Yeah.
Is when they got the contract with Western Union?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, like what John said, they're using XRP. It's costing them like a nickel to send whatever they want.
To send your $300.
They're still charging you $15
or $30 in some place.
Like a large margin.
I sent like $1,200 to myself from the Cayman Islands, and I think it was like $35, and like what they take. And I was just like, the whole
total. Is that total, or is that plus convenience fees and all that?
No, that was it total. So it was like $1,300 plus $35 to send it, and I was just the whole time like, and it's gonna take 14 days. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just
let's start a bank. So, like they say, be the bank.
Yeah. You were going from country to country, though, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was the thing, because it's like, it was a whole thing. But yeah, I hate it.
I think I remember that issue. I think you had some sleepless nights about that.
I was so mad. And also, Chase Bank is the worst. I hate them, and I hate them because they closed my checking account, and then they wanted me to pay my credit card. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll just pay with this other card or my Coinbase card or whatever else, some other place I had money. I was like, I'll pay for it. They were like, no, it has to come directly from a bank account.
Yeah.
And then I was like, but you closed it for like $10 that I could have just given to you, but I couldn't send it to my checking account because it would have taken 14 days and I was out of the country, and I just didn't care about $10. So anyways, shout out to M&T Bank. I still bank with them. Checking account.
I think that's going to be the hardest thing, to be able to go full-time crypto and like unbank yourself, because your mortgage company is not going to accept a payment from Coinbase, your Coinbase credit card.
Yeah.
I think they're going to. I think we're going to see neobanks are going to take over. I think we're going to see neobank surge in the next decade.
Yeah.
Now that would be good. Like if Coinbase came out and they actually gave you like an account number and a routing number.
They do,
or something like that. Huh?
You get a debit card. You don't get a routing number, do you? You can get the debit card.
They do. They'll give it. So lately, when I've been like all these other jobs I've gotten, I will give them a direct deposit from Coinbase, and it goes straight to my Coinbase account, like the deposit slip.
Right. That's only for incoming, though.
Yeah.
The only way for outgoing is either send crypto or use your Coinbase card.
Yeah.
And you don't have a routing number on your Coinbase card.
True.
Routing numbers and account numbers are attached to your checking account, but like a debit card is something on top of that. It's not the base layer.
I use a platform called Deal, and I can pay in USDC. So like my team, so they accept crypto payment, and I think it's like a $5 fee from Coinbase, which is the same as actually if I pay from Mercury, my business bank, it's $5. So sometimes I just pay in USDC. So we're starting to see it, but I agree. Mortgage you'll have to convert to fiat for a little while, but I think we're going to see a neobank that comes out and lets you buy things with crypto directly from your crypto account. So I think it's going to require some form of staking initially. So, and they'll make money off your token, and that's how the neobanks will work. So
the like rehypothecated loan type deal, like where I like those. I like the idea of that, where you have whatever asset, you let them hold it for a period of time, and that actually pays off your loan over time.
Yes. Yeah. Something like that. It's going to be not true banking initially, but they'll find some clever way to do it. That's what I think we're going to see.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. It's got to go somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
Banks aren't able to adapt quick enough, so you know they're just going to have to come up with a whole nother solution.
Yeah.
So, but do we want to get into hit market update real quick and then?
Yes, 100%. But also, I was actually thinking, Aaron, did you ever see the Sapphires thing from Ape Society? That the clip that Machinist made?
No. Is it recent?
No. Well, no.
Oh, yes, I saw that. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, because we have it here on the side. I was just thinking, like, that was so funny. But all right, everybody, let's reset the room. So give us a like and a subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Share this with your grandparents, your aunts, your dogs, your neighbors, you know, all the people you know. Because if everybody shares it with one person, then we'll have twice as many people in here. It's mathematically proven. It's scientific fact. And
it pretty much is.
You know, you can't refute math. So.
And don't forget, we go live Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. PST, bringing you the daily news and the market update with just a splash of TA, which the call from last night hit. I'm just saying.
Nice.
Every night this week, we've made a call and it hit. So let's do it.
All right.
All right, let's get the freshest data here. Boom, nice big pump today for the market. We're up 1.9%, coming in at $3.654 trillion. I would expect the volume to be higher, but we're only coming in at 183 billion. Bitcoin dominance dropped another couple of points down to 54.2, and Ethereum is at 11.2. And Gwei gas is not available. So we got Bitcoin jumping back over 100,000 today, coming in at 99,940, up 3.1%. We got Ethereum at 3396 at 5.5%. We have XRP with a big day at 306, up 8.8%. This doesn't really justify how much it actually moved. BNB back over 700 at 711, up 1.8. We got Solana back over 200 at up 8.2. We got Dogecoin at 37.81, up 4.7. Cardano back over $1 at 105, up 3.2. And let's see here. SWI is still down in the 14th spot, coming in at 472. It is up 4.2% today, but just not enough to reclaim these spots up here. And actually, it looks like
XLM. That's crazy.
Avalanche, huh?
Pushed out by XLM. Boxed out.
And Avalanche did some moves. Avalanche is up. It's up over 1.8 billion ahead now.
What's up, Jaleesa? Hope you're all doing good with all of the, you know.
Do we know why Ava is surging?
Yeah, it's just getting worse. It's crazy.
Why is Avalanche up so high?
I don't know.
I think an expert said that the tech was so good that it's just irrefutable.
That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was.
No, they have a really good Twitter. They posted Avalanche L1 that runs own token. Okay, so they're buying into the AI agent.
Yes. Okay. That will do it. As a matter of fact, I threw a website in the private chat, Aaron. You want to look at that real quick? It's just John and I just bought into it right now. We probably should have did some due diligence before we bought into it, but we just bought into it. It's actually up now that I'm looking at the thing up here. So biggest gainers on the day, AI agent, Virtuals protocol up 27.9, XDC network. And I have no idea why this is pumping either. This has been in the biggest gainers the past couple of days. I don't know why that is pumping. Up 21%.
My
Lido up
understanding
6.
is that my understanding is the XDC network is kind of like XLM for Asia.
It is a Chinese-based company.
Yeah,
So
but I heard it's like payments. So I'm sure that it's like something in their news cycle of what's going on there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Payments.
I can't believe that the Chinese government would allow people to send anonymous payments over XDC.
I'm sure they're not anonymous.
Well, no, it's not anonymous. It's not like it's Monero or something like that. So AI 16Z up 15.4, Sonic, formerly Phantom, up 14.5. Even Litecoin got in the mix and is up 14.9. We got Algo up 13, WIF up 12, Athena up 11, and just a bunch of double-digit gainers until we get down to Theta Network, which is pumping. Pengu is pumping. I'll go back to $1.25. We'll find out here in a couple of days.
Let me hop in here. So, okay. So as of January 15th, right, today, XDC Network's price has increased to a 39-month high. And this was due to a number of factors, including a partnership with Pillar X and a growing DeFi system.
Pillar?
The Pillar, yes.
I'm familiar with Pillar. Is it Pillar Finance? So PILARFI.io?
No, just X. Maybe it is the same thing, but it's just...
Interesting. Okay. Pillar Finance is not that. That's different.
Okay. And then so XDC's price increased to 12 cents, 427% increase from its lowest point in 2024. Yes. So that's
it's higher. So that means it set a new all-time high.
Yep.
39 months ago was the peak of the bull market.
So you were kind of right about the anonymous part because it says it's an account abstraction platform. Or Pillar X is the account abstraction platform that's integrating into their ecosystem. So they will be able to send those private transactions.
Well, that doesn't mean it's anonymous, though.
Well, yeah. But
I don't know anything about it, so.
But
let's take a look at the biggest losers. And we got tokenized exchange down 5.6, movement down 1.8, and then stable coins. That's it. Nothing's down. Everybody's in money. That's where we're at right now. Let's take a look at since I have XRP pulled up, we won't bury the title. We will look right at XRP. So XRP breaking out of this flag. This is on the daily. So, we had that major run up, boom, 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 boom. And then we just been kind of trending in this falling channel. And the breakout back here on the 11th. And we've just been going up. We hit this resistance. We broke through it. We just blew right through the next two resistances today. And it is retesting. It retested the 292 and is now sitting at 303. The measured move brings us to 464. Who was that other person, that article? What was their target? Do you remember? It was like 470. A couple days ago, we covered it.
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just $4. It was $4.
Oh, really? Just $4? Oh, yeah. No. We're above $4. So 384. My chart actually is not going to go back that far, I don't think. No, my chart's not going to go back that far. But I believe 384 is the all-time high for XRP. Let's look back here on Binance. Binance don't even go back that far. Okay.
No. XRP was well above $4 at one point.
Was it $4?
Let me look. I'm pretty sure it was, but I could be wrong. I'll look it
up. Bitstamp has it only going to 330.
Yeah, and I have
332 back on December 17. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the high.
331 that I have.
Yeah. So we're actually approaching all-time high right now at 304. Man, I must have drew this a while ago. What is that big old wick right there? I don't know why I was on the Bitstamp chart doing XRP, but so let's go back.
I bet you that one goes to 586, that line on that other chart.
Oh, the other one?
Yeah.
I might have drew it to 589 for whatever reason. So I don't know why I have this 384 here. This might have been the target. This might have been the target of another thing. But let's bring that down to 3. So we are going to get resistance, and that could be why we had a little pullback today. We are going to get resistance when we hit all-time high, because once we get past that, we're in price discovery mode. Provided there's probably not a whole lot of people that have held since 2017, have been in the red for 7 years and did not capitulate. That's just not how psychology works. So we might not have a lot of sell-off, but I'm sure we're going to hit some resistance when we hit that. It's going to be a psychological number, an all-time high number. But definitely bullish on XRP. I think it's just getting started. So let's go to the 4-hour. This is what I was showing the trading group earlier. We are oversold or overbought on the momentum. We do got the red dot. Money flow is flattened out. VWAP is turned to the downside. And we are very overextended from the 21. If you guys, you've heard me say it a million times, the 21 is a magnet. It always wants to pull back to the 21. And we are, even with this little dip, we're still 12% above the 21. So I do expect a little bit of a pullback. We don't have to come down and touch it, but you can see we did actually wick down to the support at 292. We could just put in a couple candles, come back down and just give it time, give the 21 to catch up. The only counter to that is that when FOMO kicks in the market, it can stay overbought for days, for weeks. It can just pump away from the 21 forever. And then, I mean, we seen it with SWE. When we were looking at SWE all them weeks ago, right here on the 4-hour. So this is just the beginning of January. Let's go to the daily. If you remember, we kept talking about it, all this whole, look at straight bearish div for like, let's get a measuring tool. I mean, we were in a bearish div, we'll say from here, for like 39 bars, so 39 days, a month and a half, a little over a month. And it just kept going and is still going and is barely, the momentum is barely starting to come back down. You see this massive pull away from the 21. We come back, we ride it, pull away, come back, pull away, come back. And it's just like a magnet. So definitely see a lot of upside for XRP. Let's look at Bitcoin real quick. What is going on here? I just can't control this frickin'. Just can't control this mouse today. All right. So we gave this out last night, pretty much about the same time. We were in this rising or this ascending triangle right here. And we're talking about the breakout, and it broke out beautifully this morning. We hit the 100, 99 and some change, blew through it, came back. Now we're retesting this support level here at about 99,400. And I think we're just gearing up for the next leg. You know, next resistance is at 101. We get above that, we got 105, and then 108 is your all-time high. So Bitcoin is good. I'm happy. We're back above the 200. We have been talking about this for several days, a couple of weeks now. And I said, not until we get back above this, or at least reclaim this 96, 97,000 area right here, would I become more bullish. So now I'm not just optimistically bullish. I am bullish. We're going to the moon. That's it. No stops except for May. End of probably mid Q2, I expect us to have a real big capitulation event. We'll probably have some dips between now and then, but I still think that the sell in May, walk away is a good adage. It's not going to hurt to sell some of your bags, ride out the summer, buy back in coming in to the end of Q3, ride up that Q4 pump again, and then boom, that's the market. Better have a plan, better have your bags packed. So let's look at Cardano, because Cardano is still pumping. Right now, we gave out several of these targets. So the falling wedge, the overall target for Cardano is $1.87 right up here. And that's the same thing. So this is the same kind of triangle that Bitcoin was in earlier. You guys know, falling triangle, descending triangle. We pumped out of it. We hit resistance at 110. We came back down, and we're kind of ranging in between this 99 right here, or this, 89 level right here, and this 110 level. As soon as we break this, it's going to be our next stop is going to be 132. That's our next SR level, because that's going to be our local high. We do have a high volume node right here. So I was explaining to the trading group earlier, this is what I see going. I have my alarm set at 110. If we break through 110, maybe wait for a retest, I'm going long. My first take profit is going to be at about 119, because we have a high volume node right here. And then my take profit is going to be at 132, because that is the local high. So still bullish on Cardano, ready to see it pop, make everybody rich, all the haters. SWI, I just, it's like it goes counter to the market. When things are dumping, SWI just pumps for no freaking reason. You know what I mean? And the past 2 days, the altcoins have just been pumping, and SWI's been dumping or stagnant for no freaking reason, but we still like SWI. I am in a long on SWI at 475. I don't know if I have the chart up on this. Okay, here we go.
You remember the handheld I showed you guys, or that we were talking about, SWI Play?
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're doing. No, I don't think it's out yet. They're doing Instagram ads. I got one the other day, so I imagine that's going to help it go semi-mainstream. But I was surprised to see it on Instagram. So they're trying to target gamers. So
that's really interesting.
Yeah, nothing about blockchain was in the ad.
Now we just need some paid advertisements on Twitch.
Yeah. Or one streamer to play it, then they all pick it up. Like what happened with Off the Grid.
Right.
Yep.
Which, they'll do that. They'll pay somebody they have money. They'll do that.
Oh,
yeah. Whoever it was, the Ninja guy or Mr. Beast or one of them will, pick it up and it'll be over. Yep. They'll release a game, cash grab.
So on SWI, we're coming out of this V-shaped recovery and fell right into a falling channel right here. And the measured move takes us right back to the 507 area. So it's been playing out, but it's been really, really wonky. So we're still in the green. No stop losses have been hit since the breakout right here, but it's just ranging. It likes to range between 468, 479, 491. I did get stopped out on a position earlier this morning in profit. I re-entered at 475, and I'm still holding that position. My target is 507. And then once we get past that, then I will reevaluate the situation. But if we're looking at the 15-minute, money flow is stair-stepping to the upside. Momentum is dipping, but I think it's getting ready to clip. You can see that it's really thin right there. VWAP comes up, has a little dip, and now it's starting to head back to the upside. So I think we're starting to see it reset. And SWE just, like I said, it just kind of does what it wants. So I don't want to take too long. So I'm going to get out of this. I think I took too long already because we only have a little bit of time.
You're good. You're good. So one of the things that I wanted to start with is, okay, so we were talking about the SUI play. We were talking about the SUI play thing. I want to know, like, I personally think that a lot of the advertising this cycle is going to leave out the blockchain part, right? I think a lot of the crypto aspects are going to be left out. They're going to be talking about security, digitization. They might even talk about tokenization, but I don't even think tokenization is going to come up that much. And
I think transparency,
those kinds of words, the stuff that people like. But I don't think blockchain and crypto are going to be in a lot of the advertising or the conversations. So one thing is, there's a lady named Sabina, and she did marketing for IOG and some of these other companies like Meta and some other different big companies, right? And I'm supposed to interview her in a future point. I want to ask her about what that's like, right? The Web3 marketing is definitely not the same at all. Right. So I want to ask about that part and see what she thinks about it and how she got into crypto. But what do you think about Sonium and the gaming scene? Like how these big companies are coming in?
So, full disclosure, I have an active, like we at Mint Pass, we won Sonium Spark. So I'm in their like program. We're doing an activation with them going live next week. I don't know if those details have been shared anywhere. So there's some alpha, but they went live. They got pushed back because so a lot of blockchains actually have the power to do more things than you would think. So there's some that prevent Nix factory contracts, which are contracts that can create things. And those usually have an authorization layer. So you can actually lock things down. And they got in a lot of hot water because they were banning meme coins on chain that were referencing Sony's IP. So they actually had to release a statement, I think either yesterday or today, saying like, hey, here's our stance on IP. Here's what we're going to do to change it. We're listening. But any user that's using a Sony blockchain, there's no way you can come in and be like, oh, this is going to be fully decentralized, right?
Right.
Like, you shouldn't be thinking like that. That's said,
like walking into Disney and wanting like some like adult thing to happen there. It's like, this is Disney World. You're not in the right place. Or going to a sports store and expecting like a comedy show. It's like, no. This is a sports place. We're doing sports here.
Yes, exactly. So I still think it's really good. It's mainstream going into crypto, right? I'm never going to complain about that to a degree. Sony did a press release, I think, for it. So like Sony's backing it officially. There's a bunch of things that they can't do. Like Sonium can't reference projects directly on their Twitter, things like that. So they have to be really clever. And their marketing team has been awesome to work with. I like the team. They had some hiccups during testnet, which is super normal. And they handled it really well. They were really transparent. So I've seen a lot of things I like. I think almost every time you guys bring up something, I tend to badmouth it at least to some degree. This is the first time I'm really not. The only thing that I like, it's expected that you're not going to have a decentralized chain with Sony. So I like it a lot. I think they need to find a niche. Like I've told you guys, we're going to see, there's too many chains right now. Yeah. There's not enough liquidity in the world for all these chains. So we need to see some sort of consolidation. But having brands put their foot in the water, their toes in the water, and start to get into Web3 in a bigger sense, I'm excited to see what's being built on Sonium. So we'll see if they find a niche, and maybe they do because they've got the Sony name. I think that's what they figure. You guys know this, though. The team that built the Sonium blockchain built the Astar blockchain. I don't know if you guys knew that. but it's the same team. So an Astar is a blockchain that's actually still out there, kind of just floating along, not doing much. So, but same team. So it's built on the same framework and everything. So
interesting.
Okay.
Like you were saying about that they have to have their own niche, right? They have to find their spot. Like in my mind, one of the abilities that blockchain kind of creates is like they could have all of their games and their gaming stuff available through that medium, right? Isn't it just kind of like a sort of controllable closed internet to an extent where they can have those? Because then you could have something like the Sui Play log you into the Sonium blockchain, and then you could play Sony games, right? That's how I think of it. And then I could see the other ones like, Blizzard and some of these other companies doing something similar. So you don't actually need a console, right? I think the console days are very soon to be over, but it's just
They pretty much are.
Yeah.
I have an Xbox 360 controller. I can go out into my living room right now, turn on my my Samsung TV, and play Xbox, whatever this stupid thing is, Game Pass, or something like that.
Yeah. Consoles are harder and harder to market. Nintendo kind of actually dominates the market in that regard because they're efficient. So their consoles are cheap and they don't put high tech into them. They just have the strongest IP in the world. So
I'll tell you what, their products are not cheap. I bought some Joy-Con controllers for my granddaughter, and they were $80.
Yep.
I bought a freaking a regular Fortnite controller for my grandson's Switch. It was only like $40. I was like, what? That's crazy.
Sounds right, honestly. But yeah, I think you're right. And Sony, like when Ubisoft, however you're supposed to say it, did Champions Tactics, and they have an NFT min and they have a blockchain game that nobody's talking about or playing, right? I still think that's a good. I think Sony's going to do it on the back end quietly, similar to NFL Rivals, which I still think is the best example of a Web3 game in the world, because you're playing and you don't realize it's a Web3 game as the end user. Sony's going to have this. We talked about it, I think, with banks maybe before. I don't know if we were live, where they're, like when a bank's using blockchain, they're paying maybe a nickel. Right. Yeah. And so, and we pay $15. They're going to leverage the blockchain tech to have, one, interchangeable assets, but two, make it super affordable and manageable. They're just going to have you pay to do it, like the fee to move between accounts and stuff. World of Warcraft charges like what, $20 to jump servers. So for characters, right? Wow. Yeah. So maybe more now. That's what it used to be. So that stuff is where blockchain's going to come in, and then it'll be all seamless and you won't even realize you're on chain, right? The interoperability and like sharing factors and then sharing IP would be really cool, because I could see, we already see this in some blockchain games. If I own like Spyro, classic like Sony game, if I own that and then I go and play Crash Bandicoot, I could get Crash Bandicoot gear right away without having to do anything or Spyro gear in Crash Bandicoot, right? Because I can see it in my wallet. So stuff like that's going to be really cool. I'm excited. I hope they go down that route with Sonium, where they're leveraging their own blockchain to do this, which I think they will, which is why I'm kind of hyped on Sonium a little bit. I think we're going to see a nice price increase. I don't know if they're going to do a token. So I don't think they've announced one. I don't know if Sony will let them, but people are speculating. It's in all of my alpha chats, like farm.
Farm Sonium. Because like my whole thing is like, they don't need to. Like their entire business model is they create a product, you buy the product, like straight up. They have that as a service pretty much, right? You build
as well.
But if they launch a token for like inter-game currency or to buy their stuff currency, that's just a vertical integration of the economy.
Correct. But they don't want to, it's Sony. I don't think they want to get in trouble. So I don't know if they're actually going to launch a token.
But it's not a US based company, right?
No, but they don't want to deal with, Sony's so large that the US can go after them.
That's true.
Yeah. So, and they would, right? They make an example out of Sony. So I think Sony's going to be very careful in how they manage this. And I think they've done a good job of keeping distance between them and the actual blockchain. So it's what any founder that wants to launch a token and they're US based, you're like, a lawyer will tell you, or like talk to a lawyer, not legal advice. I'm not a lawyer, so who cares what I say, but that you can make a company that you have a service agreement with, and that company is the one that has the token. Sony's already done that, what it looks like. I don't know if this is true, where they have this other company that is building their blockchain, and Sony probably just has some sort of agreement in place. So it's not even owned directly by Sony, I think. So, which is like really smart. So
it's not even like a subsidy or subsidiary or whatever they call it, like a sister company or anything like that. It's its own entity with the operating agreement between the two.
I can't confirm that, but I believe that's what it is. So somebody else smarter than me can confirm that.
Probably is, but isn't. It's probably like, oh, you worked for us. You're fired now, but hey, here's your job, right?
Right.
You started.
Yeah.
At the same pay, but we're not paying you. You're paying you. So that's the difference. Or we're paying you through the service agreement, right?
Yeah. But I haven't seen anything that makes it different yet. There's some apps that are out, obviously. They want to be more focused on consumer, I think, and the creator. That's their niche they're trying to go down, which makes sense why they like Mint Pass. But they have a lot of DeFi tools, I think, that are live already. So check it out. Worth looking into. I like their ecosystem page. It's easy for me to find stuff. So
okay. So I want to bring this up. DYOR, as always. So John and I, we told you guys about SUAI. We did get out of that, just for full disclosure. And then we also talked about Agent S, which is also on SUI. And I just got out of that tonight. Those are still, they're falling, but they're not falling fast. I think it's written on the wall that they're just going to keep going down. So after we sold that, we started looking around and we come across GPT SUI. Now you guys got me saying SUI. GPT SUI pair. And what it is, I'm going to let Aaron take over this. I dropped the thing in the private chat. And we just YOLO'd in. All we did was we looked at the freaking at the Twitter real quick, and it's only got 409 followers. And then we went and looked at the website real quick. Seems pretty straightforward. There's a GPT assistant. Once again, I don't have a wallet that I'm willing to connect, so I'm gonna rectify that probably this weekend. I'll put a wallet on here because we keep coming to these pages and I can't connect a wallet because I don't have one on this computer. So, but what do you think, first glance? I mean, obviously you probably didn't have a bunch of time to dig into it. What do you think about this website?
Yeah, I'm sure you see me looking down. I keep looking at my phone. I have pulled it up on my phone.
Okay.
So my understanding, look, I don't know who the team is, so I didn't have enough time to dive into the white paper. That's usually the first thing I go and check. And then if it's not a docs team, their white paper link doesn't go anywhere. So that's
really
scary. Yeah. So, but I looked at it. The app works, so that's a checkbox. So in theory, I could be wrong. He sent it to me on this call, so I've been looking at it like while we've been chatting. It lets you have AI agents that provide data, and then on the other end of the like river or stream, you have the compute providers that manage that data. So it's all built on a ZK proof infrastructure layer. So it goes like they actually have a chart. Oh yeah, look at that. So go on the landing. So if you scroll down to technical insights, or maybe
technical
on the homepage.
Oh, on the homepage.
Yeah, there's a chart that kind of is going over what I'm saying. So while he's scrolling down, yeah. So this is exactly what I'm talking about, actually. So I can run an AI model, or I can provide compute power, and I get rewarded when people use the AI model. That's my understanding of it. I don't know if that's true, but that's kind of cool. So you're like, you're mining in theory. They called it mining. I don't know if you actually are mining. You're just providing compute power. They probably take your compute power, over allocate how much they need, take your compute power, and maybe they're mining with it. I don't know. So I always am a little wary of these when you're providing compute power. So like any of the node stuff you're running, like Grass, Node, what was the one that just dropped? But they dropped Node Coin yesterday, which Node Pay. But any of those, they always like look at what it's doing, try to figure out what it's doing. And if you're not technical, that's really hard. So this one, I kind of have the same sort of worry where if you're running it, I don't know everything it's going to be doing. But it is cool. It's already built. You can build on them. So you can probably build AI agents, right? Yeah, GPT Assistant. Let's create GPT Genesis 3D. It's cool. Like, this is a cool concept. And I think there's a really good use case of blockchain with AI, much better than a lot of the AI agents we've seen. I got a really cool AI agent last week that I can't bring up yet. So I'm leaking. I can talk to you guys about it offline. It's super cool. So
let's go.
Yeah. So I actually like when the AI agents are doing something. People are saying like AI agent and you get hyped about it and then I don't see the use case. This is kind of cool. So, and they talk about how you can contribute by making the protocol smarter. So like later, and then they also have a bounty program. So the first one, the bounty program, I always look for. That's great. That means they're having other people like look at the code and they're being open about the code. So if you're technical, you can dive in and see what it's actually doing. I haven't checked to see what they've shared on GitHub, but then also talking about how the AI model is going to get better. It does make me nervous that they don't already have that integrated. With Kumo Droid, we had the model learning on day one. As you guys, we talked about, like I told you guys about epochs, right? Yep. Just sort of deal, like this should be learning already or it shouldn't be public facing yet. So that said, cool overall. This is a really cool concept.
So they have a technical roadmap that started in 24, and it said it, according to this, they started in Q1, demonstrate on-chain and token-gated generative AI use cases, demonstrate text to 3D generation of on-chain digital artifacts, release consumer-ready decentralized application, pioneering the integration of open source AI applications. They don't have anything to say that they completed these. I mean, these are things they could have done and then just spun up a roadmap real quick. But the token just launched like 3 hours ago. Wow, and their Twitter has only been active since November. So, but I like it. We're going to take a risk.
How did you find this? Where did you see it? If you
Deck Screener.
Okay.
Yeah, I just went to, because I was looking at the, like I said, I was looking at those other coins, the Sue AI and the Agent S, seeing what was going on, and then that's when we decided to go ahead and dump those. And it was right here in the #1 trending. So then I just clicked on it, and then, so that's when I'm looking for a coin on like Deck Screener, everybody, that's what I do. Like, I'll just go and I'll just see something that catches my eye. This one just happened to be in the #1 position, but it said GPT. So I was like, okay, chat GPT, you know, at the very least, it's got some kind of name recognitions, even though they're, you know, they're like stealing their freaking IP. And then I click on it. And the first thing I do, I'll look at the market cap. I'll look at transactions. Like, you go to 24 hours, there's been 5,100 transactions. Liquidity is not locked, but a lot of these don't have locked liquidity. It's about half of the market cap. Well, it was half of the market cap at the time. This thing has jumped about 50,000 since we got into it. But then I just come down, I go to the website, I go to the Twitter, see where it's at. And then you can only do so much research in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of a quick overview, jump in it. You know, don't never invest more than you're willing to lose. But that's kind of the thought process that we go through.
Yeah, I would say this is high risk, but it could be potentially be high reward. So this is a really high ceiling. Yeah,
so definitely dip the toes in the water. Maybe if it pumps up, you got more data to look at on the TA, because I'm on the 1 minute chart. If I was on the 15-minute chart, look, there's no data. It's just you know, it's just a rising channel that looks like the start of a parabola. It's no, this next candle could be a giant red candle that shoots through the bottom of my monitor. You never know.
But I was gonna say, yeah, for some of these that are pretty high risk, I mean, like, dude, I'll just throw like $10 into it, right? That's kind of how I think about it. So everybody out there, definitely manage your risk, right? Don't be throwing a lot of money on here trying to become a millionaire on one trade, right? If it happens, let us know, tip us. But if it doesn't happen, yeah, don't blame us because we're telling you not to, right?
I mean, if you throw $10 in this and it goes to $54 million, which is still extremely small market cap for a coin, that's 100x. That's $1,000. You just turned $10 into $1,000. So you don't have to put a crap ton of money into these coins. Instead of grabbing a Fracca mocha latte, throw $10 in a random freaking shit coin. Whatever.
Here's my next question, right? Best coin to throw $19 at on Coinbase.
XRP.
I mean,
Coinbase?
XRP is pretty solid.
Sui,
yeah. If you're talking speculation, didn't Peanut just get launched on Coinbase?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, there you go. But it'll crash. That's standard.
Oh yeah. It's gonna crash. If you're looking for longevity, then yeah, XRP, something like that, something in the top 20.
USDC and just take your 4%.
There you go. Oh, it's only 4% right now?
Yeah, 4.1.
Okay, so it dipped during the bull market.
I know you guys are talking. I don't want to step on toes, but I do want to point out Pump.Fun. Do you guys know the percentage of users that? Okay, how much?
Yep.
Yes, I have this article. It was like 0.04%.
Yep.
Yeah, so 0.04% of users made over 10K on Pump. So yes, you can put $10 in, but your likelihood of hitting that big number is astronomical, like super low. So just be wary of that. So
yeah, it could end up being like a $10 slot machine.
Yes,
where you're just dumping $10 bills in every time you pull the thing.
Yep.
We just happened to the AI agent thing was coming on, and I was like, well, there's got to be something on SWI.
Yep.
So that's how we fell into SWI AI, and then SWI AD, and then like a couple other ones, and they just kind of hit. So we're playing with profit right now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you see this article I just sent in private chat?
The what?
I just sent this article in private chat related to Pump.Fun.
Oh, the class action? I saw this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the dude that created another Pump.Fun type thing, right? Is that the same article? And then he rugged his competitor, and then he rugged his community?
No. I saw
this is
law firm says it's pursuing legal action against Pump.Fun, and they have that only 0.4% of 14 million crypto wallets have interacted with Pump.Fun and made a profit of over 10,000.
The problem with that is they have a clear disclaimer. Like, this is not to make money, I think, right? If you go to Pump.Fun. So, this is...
It tells you this is fun, this is dumb, just you're going to lose all your money, and people do it.
Yeah.
It's like cashing your check at the blackjack table and then suing the casino because you're an idiot.
Yeah, they have a privacy policy and terms of service. Risk warning is right at the top. I honestly think they're going to be fine. And it doesn't matter anyway. They have so much money. I have a hard stop today, so I actually have to drop, guys. So
you're good. We
are good.
Up also, but thank you so much for joining us, Aaron. And I also sent you some stuff on Talos.
I know. I wanted to talk about that. We'll talk about it next week.
Yes, but you're fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Desert, what are your final words, final thoughts?
Next week, I promise to make the market update quicker because I knew this was going to happen.
All right. Well, peace out, everybody. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and we'll see you on the next one.